Okay. I just hope that the rain holds up though, because this afternoon we were supposed to be having performances by the St. Patrick's Steel Pan and DuPont Brass down in Fredericksburg on the waterfront. And I would really like that to happen. If it have to happen even in an alternate venue, or if somehow we could work the miracle and say, well, we put it off for a day and do it. Something. I want to see it happen. Them guys came all the way down here from the DC area to do their thing for us. The rain shut down the schools, so that kind of put a damper on getting into the schools. And hey, we got these young and growing people who are doing fantastic things. I would love to see them get into the classrooms with our students. But hey, you plan for life, life plans for you. Mother Nature has her own plan in the process, or maybe she's just part of the plan. However, things does happen. All right. So anyhow, we just take it one step at a time and do what we can. In the meantime, hey, take a look at some of what was on the calendar for events. No. Yeah. The art show is going on until the 10th. Today being the 8th, that means you got today and 2 more days to check it out at Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts. Yep. Always a great exhibit. And of course, don't forget here there's a whole lot of art exhibits that are going on from time to time, and you got to keep your antenna up, because I know you go down to Cane Roots now and you'll be wowed by the display that they have there also. Okay. Now, there was an announcement that I really had wanted to get to, and maybe as someone who attended the Department of Education Division of Sports and Athletics had an important meeting, or was supposed to have an important meeting back on the 2nd. Okay, I believe it was the 2nd. But I'm sure it applies here to St. Croix also. I don't know if they had a meeting here on St. Croix, but it's about tracking our students from grade by grade all the way up through in terms of school performance, sports performance, developing statistics. I believe that's what it's about. So to make the transition as they seek to go to institutions that have sports programs, to hopefully make it a smoother transition and a more opportune for more people to get scholarships, etc. So we'll see. I'm sure I'm going to bump into somebody who's going to tell me, yeah, I hear about it and I was there, or I discussed it, or whatever the case may be. Okay, so let me come on up to time here, because today's the 8th, folks. Tomorrow's the 9th. And we got other things kicking off tomorrow also. We've got the musical at Caribbean Community Theaters, right, called Chicago. And it starts tomorrow, Fridays and Saturdays. The evening show starts at 8 p.m. The box office opens up at 7. And of course, they have setups now where you can even get your tickets or reservations in advance, which is important, because when Chicago turned out to be the hit that it is, and all those people line up around the corner, it's nice to just pull up and say, hey, this is my reservation, and you go straight in and you get your seat. You don't have to worry about the place being booked and you not getting in, right? So that's great that they're doing that now. So that's Friday and Saturday of this weekend, next weekend, and the weekend of the 23rd and 24th. So you got 3 weekends to be able to see Chicago. Now, in the middle weekend, this February 16th and 17th. On the 18th, a Sunday, they're going to have a matinee at 4 o'clock. Okay, so that gives you folks who might want to do it a little bit earlier in the day an opportunity to check it out. Okay. All right. Also, tomorrow you have the Night to Shine at the Old St. Dunstan School, New Montessori School. Yes, Night to Shine, sponsored by Tim Tebow Foundation, and it's a special needs prom event. Yep. Okay. So you would want to check that out. It's being hosted by the St. Croix Christian Church. If you want some information, you can check by number calling 340-718-3130, 340-718-3130. All right, and yes, that's at the St. Croix Montessori School, which formerly was the St. Dunstan School. All right, good thing. You know, as I pull up here this morning, there was a school bus doing a pickup drop off, I'm not sure, and I was coming up, and then the red sign flipped out, of course, and when I see the red sign flip out, I say, okay, you can't go around the bus, you gotta wait, which is fine. That's what you're supposed to do by law, and that's what you're supposed to do as a matter of being prudent and considerate and all this other stuff. But yeah, the law is there too. But there's certain things you should be doing, not just because it's the law. All right? And it's a very serious thing. Very serious thing, okay? Somebody in a hurry the other day, the bus stopped, got out the stop sign, everything, and they went and fly around the bus and killed somebody's child. All right? Okay. That's, I don't have to say no more. I don't need to get into the details. It could happen there, it could happen here. You know, it's one of those things where you're better off just following the law. When you see that school bus throw out that sign with the stoplight blinking or not blinking, whatever, once that stop sign come out, you flip out there like that, you stop and wait. It could mean somebody's life and somebody's lifetime in jail. All right? Good thing. Not to mention to have that on your brain. All right? Good thing. So, moving right along. As we see, February is ushering in a whole lot that's going on. You've got the St. George Village Botanical Garden is hosting Havana Nights. It's got salsa dancing, Cuban cuisine, dominoes, and more. Yeah, and they've been doing this now for quite some time. It's the 8th annual one, and they're going to have a silent auction. It's a fundraiser, yep. But if you familiar with Project Promise, and if you're not, I would urge you to become familiar with it and what they're doing in terms of advancing the interests of our young people here in the Virgin Islands. Yes, St. Croix in particular, but hey, it's all good and it's all worth bigging up. Okay? Yeah, Mardi Gras is coming up, folks. It's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up. Yeah. That also is on the 10th. So you see, Saturday gonna be a busy day. Day and night. Day and night. Okay. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna take a quick little break here, and just had some interesting things that have been going on, and it's like you just know that no matter what, okay, people are interesting every which way you turn. Okay, the different personalities, the different things that they do. It's just interesting. And just think how boring life would be if everybody was the same. Think about it now. I don't want to think about it, really. I don't want to be in that boring environment, you know. And it's so funny because there's this young man And the things we used to hang out and do as something, sometimes I just have to say, hey, brother, you getting to be kind of boring, and you gotta to tap them that way so they could look around and say, who you talking about boring? Okay, I said, you, yes, you, okay. And we get into the conversation, and by the time I'm done, they know that this guy had his ducks in a row, know what's going on. Okay? Alright, so anyhow, it's part of what we call human nature, so we're gonna indulge in a little bit of that. Okay? So enjoy the music. The VI rhythm section, Masvin David, great songwriter and arranger and everything else, doing fantastic things. And yeah, we got the fair coming up, and on the 18th they're gonna be doing a very special calypso review down there at the fair. I hear they're talking about streaming it too, so to make sure the fair can only hold but so much people, and that I tend to check it out. So let me see if I can get the details on that and keep you up to date so you'll know what to expect. Hey, today is the 18th. If I don't get it by today, hopefully by next Thursday, the 15th, we'll be able to give you the skinny on that, or the fatty on that, or the in between on that, and you would know what to do with it. But in the meantime, continue to mark up your calendar and do what you gotta do to make sure, okay, to make sure that you got your ducks in a row and you're gonna be at where you wanna be. All right. So, folks, spread the word. This is a great, fantastic, outstanding, just plain excellent opportunity to get our young people involved and talking. Yep, inspire them toward the future that they will create and that you want them to have by the positive things that you do, including getting them out and involved. hmm Yeah, and one of the things, folks, okay, for all you parents out there who are so, well, my child don't want to do this and my child don't want who's the parent and who's the child, first of all, okay? All right? So if we're going, we're going. When I jump in my vehicle and people are, where we going, where we going? I said, we're going crazy. We ain't been there in a long time, we're going crazy. Oh, my. And how many times you go someplace where people aren't, let's say, enthusiastic about going, and then after they get there and they have the experience, like, wow, this was great, I had a fantastic time. So yeah, if I had to go by your inclination to sit down there and be in that device, it would have never happened. So folks, just know you are part of the solution. Okay, you are a big part of the solution. Of course, on the 17th, uh, the AgriFest is in full swing. Yep. On the 17th to the 19th. And as I mentioned, there's going to be a very fantastic Calypso review on the 10th, on the 18th. So stay tuned for the details about that. All right. Okay. After the AgriFest has run its course, of course, there's other things still going on. On the 25th, you have the orchids. I'll jump into the 25th. I mean, I'm going to remind you again that on the 23rd, you got the Caribbean Community Theater doing its last showing of the musical Chicago. Okay, so on the 25th, you've got Orchids Galore in 24, and that's going to be at the St. George Village Botanical Gardens. Yep. On February 24th and 25th, you're going to have workshops, raffles, orchid displays, orchids on sale, and admission is $5. Hey, you can't beat that. They've been fighting back inflation big time. Big time. All right. All you orchid lovers and folks who've never seen orchids before, as far as you know, come on out and be educated and familiarized and everything else. You'll be surprised. And next thing you know, you walk around the corner and your neighbor yard is, oh, I didn't know. You got one of them there? Right. That's how it is. It's like anything else. No, but one person's going to know everything, but there's ways to learn. Okay? All right. Now, March 3rd through the 10th is Martial Arts Celebration Week, and it's being hosted by Sun Tzu Dojo in La Grande Princess. All right, and it's going to include seminars and activities featuring instructors from off-island and on-island, finishing with a beach barbecue on March 9th. All right, good thing. Sounds good. For more information, call Alda Anduz at 340-513-3670. Yeah. Okay? All right. Good thing. That's 340-513-3670. Alda Anduz with regards to the Martial Arts Celebration Week. All right. Now, we got a very interesting run that's going to be going on from March all the way through July, because these folks who 10 Sleepless Nights, they have really recognized the impact and opportunities of the Folk Life Fest, and they have plans for you. Yes, you, from as early as March 2nd and 3rd. Hey, yeah. Now, they're planning for you. Yeah, they're planning for you in the most positive way. And let me just talk about some of these events that they're having, right? All right. On the 2nd and the 3rd of March, they're having Folklife Festival activities at the Wim Museum. Okay. On the 4th through the 8th, they're going to have a cultural school tour on St. Croix. And on the 8th, they're going to have a Culture Bearers Recognition Awards banquet. That's going to be by invitation only. On the 12th, they're going to have a night of Bumba, Bambula, and African dance at the Fort Frederick. Then on the 14th, they're going to have Mokolution, the evolution of the Moko Jumbi. And that's going to be at Fort Frederick also. The 15th, they're going to have a Grand Quadrille dance. A Grand Quadrille dance at St. Gerard's Hall, Frederickstead. The 18th through the 22nd, they're going to have their cultural school tour in St. Thomas. On the 22nd, they're going to have also the evolution of Quelbe music, and that's scheduled for being done over in St. Thomas at Fort Christian. And on the 23rd, they have Culture in the Park, okay, and that's going to be in St. John. So, serious business, folks, serious business. In June, they have on the 29th a panel discussion on U.S. Virgin Islands history. And then in July, they're going to have the Folklife Music Festival. Mm-hmm. And in the Vernon Richards Park right there, Frederickstead Waterfront. And then on the 3rd of July, they're going to have the Quelbe Tramp and Quadrille Under the Stars. All right. All right. So you see, it's got lots planned up for you to have fun, enjoy, yes. And like they say, preserve our culture, teach our culture, share our culture traditions. Hey, this is how you do it. Mm-hmm. All right. So lots going on, lots going on, lots going on. Nothing to say that you having a boring life. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Okay. So in the spirit of all of that, I want to jump into some music here because it just got me going here thinking about this stuff that we got coming down here. All right, so what you want to hear? What you want to hear? What you want to hear? Yeah, 773. Oh, 0390-0490. If you got a special request, I'll try. I can't guarantee we gonna get it done. But this is a nice place, and we try to be nice and do nice things for people. Sometimes people who are naughty and nice, but that's Santa Claus area, so I ain't going there. Yeah, I'll let him take care of that, okay? But we're here, and we're gonna give you some good music and some good things to do here on St. Croix in particular. I'm just saying we have to be careful about beating up on ourselves about some things that we don't have control of, and the things that we do better in those areas. That's all. That's all.
Senator,
Mm-hmm.
Senator, let me ask you this here. You earned that title. Senator, let me ask you this here. It ain't got nothing to do with these audited financial statements they are requiring.
Well, let me put it this way, right?
Because
In
you have friends in there. You're supposed to
oh Lord.
be able to reach out and you're supposed to be able to reach out and
Well,
you are part you're supposed to be able to reach out and and ask a question and them respond to you.
right.
Does it have anything to do with the fact that we don't want the checks and balances of the federal requirement in terms of audited financial statements?
Well,
You know.
I'm gonna put it to you this way, right? By my personal involvement in a non-profit and assisting them, right? Okay. And I go back to that thing with the report. We had to do this monthly report because the government was adamant, if you don't do your accounting, you ain't getting no money. Because we are the grantee and you the sub grantee, and we're gonna make sure that we could do our reports properly. So I saw that approach. And I saw also what happened when people were in a position and they left that position, and all of a sudden they brought in someone who was less competent under somebody who was less of a listener, and things started to go south. So I don't know that the administration as a whole, as an entity, is against doing something. It's as much so as you could find yourself in less than the best situation based on the manpower needs and the knowledge needs that need to keep things flowing. So now, for instance, then people who, yeah, people change, and new people come in and they got properly trained. There's no reason why at the beginning we should not have known that the federal government want information in a certain kind of way, and part of it has to do with the communication from the federal government too. Okay, this is what I'm saying. We can't. We have to be very careful. One day we were going to the beach, and somebody did something that irritated my father. My father come out, stop the truck, get out, and bust everybody tail. Okay, and of course you heard them there saying, "But me do nothing because I was just there in the back of the truck. I wasn't doing nothing." But I guess some too, right? Okay, we have to be careful to understand the situation and not make everybody suffer, or be looking for the problem in every place. Anyhow, I got UVI on the line. I gotta bring them in. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna let them they come in, but thank you for the time. Have a blessed man and be safe. Listen, when you go outside in Gallows Bay, either walk with a batu or pusa because lots of water down in that place.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, man.
All right.
Gerald, stay up.
Okay then. Take care, man.
Bless up.
All right.
Bless
Good thing. All right. Bye.
up.
Good morning, WSTX.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sorry for the wait there, but I came back to you folks, and it seemed like you all were in a conference for a moment there, and I had a caller come in, and I'm so glad to have you here with us this morning. Okay? Right. Good thing. So, let's talk about energy technology and things in the Virgin Islands. Hey, first of all, introduce yourselves to the public, and the floor is all yours.
Yeah, so my name is Bert Guanel, and I am the director for the Caribbean Green Technology Center at UBI. And we have our colleague Michael. Michael?
Yes, good morning. My name is Michael Jaffers. I'm the Deputy Director here at the Virgin Islands Energy Office. the Virgin Islands Energy Office, like Greg said, CGCC and UBI. We also have a couple of different representatives offerings of ways to become more resilient. And so the Energy Office specifically will be there to promote a lot of our programs that are coming out, that have come out, that are on the horizon, explaining kind of what kind of federal programs that we have that can help make things a little bit easier on the pocket as far as being able to go into some of these transitions into more renewable and more resilient products and technologies that can help on a day-to-day. Obviously, in the last 24 hours, we have some rain outages. So it's the perfect time for us to have that conversation about battery backups and ways that you can have a little bit more resilience to cover you in those hours of need. So we're really looking forward to having just one consolidated location, the agricultural fair, where we can actually have that conversation. And so that's the concept here. Have the conversation with the public. Please come in. We'd love to talk to you about how we can help, how we can make things more efficient in your home, what kind of programs may be available to you or your neighbor. And so we're really greatly looking forward to that. And then Rita probably has a little more information as well that she can share about the event.
All right. One of the things that I find interesting sometimes in terms of my journey into solar for starters, in search of energy solutions on my own, is that a lot of people don't understand or haven't been exposed to the comparison of certain types of investments, because there are a lot of people that own their own home, let's say, and would go out and buy a car and pay for a car that's $65,000, let's say, to get that car, and for $15,000 or $20,000 of financing, they could have resilience and backup relative, let's say, to WAPA, and the house is theirs for the rest of their life, with a piece of equipment that will easily last 25, 30 years. And I think that the more we can kind of get that across by display or whatever, sometimes people just think of this new technology as it costs too much, and they just do a blanket write-off. I remember ages ago as someone into computers and spreading the word about computers and what they could do, and people would look at me and say, well, you think everybody got a computer in their house and could afford a computer? Well, no, everybody has a computer in their hand in the form of a phone. Yeah. So anything that can help to get that comparison and understanding that it's within their reach, and as an investment in their home, that it's something that they need to seriously consider. Would be something that I think would be beneficial for the community. Anyhow, just my suggestion.
I think you're bringing up, Doug, is a good example. We have a solar trailer that we bring to the event, which is a use case that gives a basic example of a small size system you could put on a home, less from the panels, but more of an example of a battery size that may be useful for a home. But part of what we'll be doing out at the Ag Fair is having those conversations, because the best thing you can do is make sure that you're right-sizing the solar system for your home, and that's something we'll be talking a lot about when we talk about frequently. Making sure that you're not oversizing the system, making sure that it is working for you, providing you the resilience you need, but not breaking the bank. And oftentimes you can size a system that will not exceed your current out-of-pocket from a utility standpoint. And so that's something we'll be talking about in more detail, and we're really looking forward to having that conversation. We'll answer any questions and break any myths that are out there about making that transition to renewable energy.
Fantastic. Well, I am just happy that it's happening, and you've got a perfect venue, in the sense that in other situations people have to make the time out to go to the store or go someplace and try to get educated on it, but now it's like, hey, you can have your pate and learn about energy too.
Yeah, and that's really the goal of the event, is to provide this information to the public. And you were talking about investment. Yes, it's an investment. Yes, it's something that one has to sort of think about carefully. You don't have all the time to make big investments to be resilient. You can still have a small generator. You just have to sort of
and that is going through February 10th. So you've got a couple more days to catch it at Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts. This evening, I got my fingers crossed that the skies is going to clear up and everything else, and we're going to have the St. Patrick's Steel Band on the waterfront in Christiansted playing as a intro group to the DuPont Brass from the DC area down here performing for us. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing all of that happen. All right, lots to do, lots to do, lots to do. All right, now I just want to mention that the folks at the Montbijou Community Center, right, they have their Young Gifted Talented push going on. Yeah, YGT. And they've got the Young Gifted Master Chef program on Saturdays at 10 a.m. And that started on February 3rd. You got that child in your house that like to cook? I gonna tell you, check out the folks at the Montbijou Community Center. You can't miss it. You go through the Montbijou stoplight heading up toward Montbijou, and as you reach in the entrance for the Montbijou area there is the yellow building right there on your right. You can't miss it. The community center. They have the section on that side of the road, and they have the section on the other side of the road, but the bottom line is there, and it's for us as a community, as an island, and for our young people. So check them out. See how you can maybe volunteer and make a difference, right? Also, we got going on this weekend, we've got the beginning performances, the starting performances on the 9th and the 10th for Chicago, a musical comedy at the Caribbean Community Theater. So check it out, folks. Starts at 8 p.m. 7 o'clock the box office opens, and of course now they're setting up so that you can even get your reservations tickets online and check it out. I say that especially when it comes to musicals, right? You see a name Chicago, and it may not mean something to you, but then you run into somebody this weekend and they said, "My son, I went to that play. It was so funny. I just totally enjoyed that show, my son. You got to check it out." I saw the same thing happen before. They had people line up to go in the place. It looked like they were giving away free cell phone or something, free iPhone or something. The way the place had a long line going in there. Okay, so just know they've got a new musical. It's called Chicago. Musical comedy. Check it out. So it starts the 9th and the 10th at 8 p.m. Then the 16th and the 17th at 8 and 9 p.m. 8 p.m. accordingly, and then you have the 18th. You have the matinee at 4 in the afternoon. Okay, on Sunday. That's the only matinee. Is that Sunday the 18th, and then again on the 23rd and 24th, you have the show starting at 8 o'clock. Okay, good thing, good thing. Check it out, Chicago, a musical comedy at Caribbean Community Theater. All right. Night to Shine at the old St. Dunstan School, the new Montessori School. All right. The thing is, it's a school and it's about learning, but also they're doing a very special thing. They're having this Night to Shine event on February 9th. Yes. And they're going to be having this special needs prom event going on there. All right. So we're making sure that you get the word from now so you can know about it. We've been talking about this now for weeks. We want you to know about it in advance. All right. If you have any questions about this, yes, today's the 8th and tomorrow's the 9th. I know, but you might still have questions. Something you may need to know in terms of accommodations or anything like that. So the phone number I'm going to give you to call is 340-718-3130. 340-718-3130. Okay? And that is being held at the St. Croix Montessori School. But for those of you who affectionately know of the place as St. Dunstan School, you can put the 2 plus 2 together, all right, and be there, right? And it's being hosted by the St. Croix Christian Church. Yep, all right. Good thing, good thing, good thing. Then on the 10th, yes, you see this weekend pack up with all kind of thing going on. You got Havana Nights going on at the St. George Village Botanical Garden. Salsa dancing, Cuban cuisine, dominoes, and more. All right. And if you've been following the group Project Promise, you know that they've been doing the silent auction and the Havana Nights event in general for the past 8 years. And it's in support of our community and our community's youth. I highly suggest that you get involved in some type of organization in the Virgin Islands and St. Croix in particular that's dealing with doing positive things in the community. Be a part of the solution, and if it's not to be involved that way, be involved by making your contributions to these organizations so they can continue their good works in our community. All right. Mardi Gras. Yes, yes, yes. Here we are. February 10th. It's that time, folks. It's happening. All right. The parade and everything. Well, the theme this year is the Roaring 20s. Yep. Yep. See the dress and everything else? They got a nice poster here with a nice beach background. Yes, because you know when this is down there by Cane Bay area, that whole road, you can't move down there. You're gonna have to park at a distance and go down there because everything gonna be taken up with that parade coming through and people having a great time. Great time. The road itself is gonna close at 11 a.m. for the parade. Yes, and it's going to start at noon from Sylvie's Place. You don't know where Sylvie's Place is? Okay. If you know how to get to La Valley, okay, you get down there to that intersection where the North Shore Road meets the road that will take you back over to Montbijou. Okay. As you reach there, all you know is that down the block, Sylvie's Place is right there. So, don't go over the hill and end up in Christianstead. Okay? Don't turn around and go back to North Shore Road. Just keep coming right there like you're going to Cane Bay. Can't miss Sylvie's Place, yeah. Been there for breakfast one time. It was a great event that they had. All right, good thing. So you see, it's a whole lot going on. Now, on top of all of that, see these folks competing for your attention, want you to figure out how you're going to clone yourself and be more than one place at once, because they have the Empower You Youth Summit going on that weekend here on St. Croix. Saturday, February 10th, you have the Empower You Youth Summit, and it's UVI Cell, and the going to be at the UVI Great Hall here on St. Croix. So if you've got that person in your home, or you're the auntie or uncle, whatever, hey, sponsor them, take them down there. When I say sponsor them, the event itself is free. You just need to register. You see the poster? It has a QR code on it. You can do the registration off the QR code with your phone. All right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you can get your young people involved in this. It's part of the natural evolution of things, because by getting them involved, they can be more connected to determine what their future is going to be. So let's do our part and make sure, okay, that we get them out there and get them involved. Okay, good thing. So, of course, next week we've got AgriFest, the Agricultural Food Fair. Agriculture and Food Fair. People like peas. Yes, Caribbean Energy Technology is going to be there in their little village at the AgriFest grounds, as well as a whole lot of other folks. You're going to have the Calypso Review that's going to be happening on the 18th. A whole lot of stuff going on. Just be there. Check it out. 3 whole days, 17, 18, 19. Okay? All right, good thing. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Hopefully, I'll see you there. Maybe we could chat a little bit about what's on the show, what you'd like to see on the show, or maybe you got someone who you think would be a good guest to have on the show. Hey, we try to keep an open mind. We do positive things in that way. All right, good thing, good thing, good thing. All right. Jump forward another week after that. We've got the St. Croix Orchid Society is having Orchids Galore in 24. The 52nd annual show and sale. That's February 24th and 25th. They're going to have workshops, raffles, orchid displays, orchid sales. Admission is $5. They have done a fantastic job of fighting off inflation. Because $5 for so many years. And you know, I want to big up all of the people who have made this a successful event here in the Virgin Islands. 52nd annual show. That says something. You know, got a lot of annual thing to come and go. You hear you have annual this and somehow the other you never hear and see of it again. Alright, so folks, you see what's going on? Get involved. It's there for you. You are the main and magic and very important ingredient that makes a difference. All right. And I'm going to close out just by mentioning the upcoming Folklife Fest. They have a whole series of events in March. They have a panel discussion in June, and in July they're going to have the music festival, and of course the Quelbit Tramp and Quelbit Under the Stars is coming. It's there for you. All you got to do is be there. All right. Okay, good thing. The time now is 12 minutes. 12 minutes. No, not quite 12. More like 8 before the hour, judging by the things we have to do here. Yeah. So, let's look at what's going on here in these Virgin Islands and be thankful for what we have. And at the same time have the aspiration to know that where we can make it better, we got to jump in and do our part. Reflections is not about looking back on the past. Reflections is about looking in the community mirror. If you don't like what you see, folks, jump in and make the difference. That's how we do it here in the VI.
what a place more lovely. St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix. We from the V.I.O. We love the V.I.O. Shout it out, V.I. Put up your hand them high. Proud that you from the V.I. Wave the flags up in the sky. Show them we run this party. Show them we rule this fete. Show them we have energy. Tired we will never get. V.I.A. We from the V.I.O. V.I.A. We love the V.I.O. V.I. massive, you a fool. Yeah, 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 we love you. Yeah, yeah, V.I., V.I., yeah, yeah.
Yeah, folks, it's just about that time. Hey, all right. Now the marshals ain't gonna have to come and take me out. I gonna do it on my own. What you say? All right. So it's been a great
Look around, the hearts are dying. We must prevent this from happening. Start today. Fight for your culture, work for your culture, enjoy your culture. Together, worship your culture, learn from your culture, stay with your culture forever. All these European dishes, I just can't explain. What happened to Fungi, dumpling and Johnny cake? Yum dashing and
World Wide Web at www.wstxradio.com. WSTX AM and FM stream all conscious reggae and Virgin Islands news, talk, calypso, and Quelbe 24/7, 365 on www.wstxradio.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. WSTX, the soul of the Caribbean.